The following matchup is presented and played with Hockey Blast Express, a product of PLAAY Games LLC, copyright 2023, all rights reserved. And welcome back, everybody, to the channel as we get set for another time frame matchup in this 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge. Today's opponent is none other than the 2011-2012 Carolina Hurricanes. As you can see, the adjustments have been issued. Your starting goaltender for the Habs will be Ken Dryden. And at the other end of the rink will be, for the Canes, it'll be Cam Ward. So without further ado, a new clock has been set, and we are just about ready to drop the puck here at the PNC Arena in Raleigh for the start of this time frame. And without further ado, let's get right to it. Both teams are ready. I know you're ready. Let's see if Team NHL can stop this losing skid. Clock operator, will you do us a favor and start that clock? Home scoring chance right off the bat. It's a 42. Any home player with a triangle creates a goal. Yes, Eric Stahl and Jeff Skinner both have a triangle right printed on their card, even though you really can't see it with the gray. Hey, but that's how it was presented with the Carolina Hurricanes card sets. So I do believe I want to keep at least one triangle out there. So I'm going to go with Jeff Skinner to take the chance at creating the goal here as he moves in on Ken Dryden, who needs to, oh, yikes. It's a 5 or a 6 with a dot to make the save. A 6 with a blank will score the Carolina Hurricanes will award the Carolina Hurricanes the first goal of the game. And Ken Dryden makes the save. Nothing is going to get past Ken Dryden, if you ask me, so we move on to the next segment. A visitor scoring chance of a 13. Home goalie must make play save, so Cam Ward has a 3 or needs to make a 1, 2, or 3, or a 4 with a dot to make the save. He does so. And we move on to the next segment. Home scoring chance. Oh my goodness. Trading home scoring chance to begin this one. We got a 41. Home player in 5 creates a goal. That's Brian Allen with a quality roll of smart or a triangle. Even though Brian Allen does not have a triangle, he does have the quality we're looking for, which is smart. So he's going to move it on Ken Dryden as he shoots. And Dryden makes the save to keep this game knotted up at 1 apiece. Going in to the next segment. We got a penalty check between player 4, that's Falk, and anybody on the ice for the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens. So it looks like we can either tie or the Carolina Hurricanes will go on the power play. They tie. And they'll tie. So we'll go right across from Justin Falk as Serge Savard will have the opportunity to battle it. Both guys have the same penalty rating at 0.5. And that's going to do it for the first period. And after 20 minutes in the books, we have a lot of scoring chances early, but the game remains tied at a big fat goose egg for each side. We got a quality check between players 3 and 5. That's Eric Stahl and Larry Robinson. This is going to be a doozy. We're looking for hit. Robinson has hit. Eric Stahl does not. So Robinson's going to be moving in on Cam Ward, who needs to make a 3 or a 4 with a dot to make the stop. Andy Kantz, and Larry Robinson will score to put the Habs to put the Habs in front by a score of 1-0. And just like that, we're going to see how many assists are going to be handed out on the play. 2 assists. We are going to give 1 assist to Mahovlich and the other assist to Shutt. So Robinson from Mahovlich and Shutt will be your stat line on that ice-breaking goal here in the 5th minute of the 2nd period of Game 1 here at the PNC Arena in Raleigh. Visitor scoring chance again of 44. Any visitor player with a triangle creates a goal. Yes, Guy Lapointe has a triangle. That's why the real reason why I want to keep him out there. So he will create a goal chance as he moves in on Cam Ward, who needs to make a 3 or a 4 with a dot to make the stop. Unfortunately, he can't. The Montreal Canadiens go up further. It's 2-0 in favor of the Habs. And let's see how many assists were given out on the play. So 11, that's 2 assists. Jacques Lemar and Bob Gainey. So 2 goals scored by 2 defensemen in this one for the Habs. As we move on to the next portion in this segment here. As we move on to the next portion in this segment. Home scoring chance of a 63. Home defense stop breakaway chance. Visitor goalie must make a play save. Otherwise, it's going to be a goal because you need a 6 blank in order to score the goal off of Ken Dryden. You won't. Unfortunately, you won't. Ken Dryden always is rock solid. So we move on to the next segment here in this one. Penalty check between anybody on the Stone needs to flip. I forgot to flip him. Again, it's a penalty check between anybody on the Canes to match up against player 5. They could either go on the power play, tie, or so Montreal can go on the power play, tie, or have the Hurricanes go on the power play. So what they want to do is either tie or all they can do right now is tie. So because if you give Montreal the chance to go on the power play and they go up 3-0, you're probably done in this game right here. So let's do this. We'll roll the decider die. We'll roll this bad boy right here. Dot, we tie. Okay, we won't. So Bill Nyrop is going to send Tim Gleason to the penalty box as he has a penalty rating of 1. And Nyrop will move in on Cam Ward, and let's see if Ward can indeed make the save. No, he can't. It's 3-0 off of the Bill Nyrop power play goal, and it's 3-0. And it's 3-0, 70 to the Canadiens. And let's see how many assists. 1 assist. Pick your poison, but the only highlighted star is between Savard and Tremblay. Dot, we give it to Tremblay. And we will. Bill Nyrop will get the goal. For assisting on the play will be Mario Tremblay. And the Habs go up 3-0 here in Game 1 of this time frame between the 2011-2012 Carolina Hurricanes. Home scoring chance of a 52. Visitor defense player in 3. That's Doug Jarvis. He stops a Carolina goal with a quality roll of skill or a square. He does have both a square and skill, so he is going to end up stopping the Carolina Hurricanes goal full scoring opportunity to keep it right at 3-0 in favor of his team. And we move on to the next segment. Oh, and it's an automatic power play goal. So nobody will go to, well, unfortunately, someone has to go to the box, but it will be an automatic power play goal for the Carolina Hurricanes. Let's find out who scored that goal. 12. Roll a die. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. 6 is, we'll just say 6 is a reroll, even though it says 6 is choice. 1. That's Jussi Jokinen, who scored the goal. And 1 assist will be handed out on the play. It will be coming from Tumo Ruutu. So Jussi Jokinen on the power play, assisted by Tumo Ruutu, will be your stat line for that power play goal. And the Canes get on the board via the power play. It's 1-0, or excuse me, it's 3-1 in favor of the still in favor of the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens. Quality check, this time between anybody on the Hurricanes against player 3. We are looking for skill, power, smart, and star. It's close, but we're going to go with Ponikarovsky. We're going to go with Alexei Ponikarovsky, if I'm saying that right. If I butcher it, I'm sorry. And we're looking for power. Both Mahavlich and Ponikarovsky do have power, so both guys are going to be flipped, and the score remains 3-1 in favor of the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens. Visitor scoring chance of a 22. Home goalie must make shot save. Oh, Cam Ward needs to make a 1 or a 2 in order to stop this one, which he does. And that's going to seal up the second period. After 40 minutes in the books in game 1, the score is Montreal 3 and Carolina 1. Penalty check between players, between Allen and anybody on the ice for the Habs. Well, either way, Allen is going to go to the box, and we're going to give the opportunity to Jacques Lemar, who has a 0.5 penalty rating, so he's going to be moving in on Cam Ward to see if he can make the stop here, which he will. Good penalty kill save by Cam Ward to keep this game right where it's at, of 3-1, still in favor of the Montreal Canadiens. And we move on to the next segment. Another penalty check, this time between players 5 and 4. That's Gleason and Savard. Oh, Gleason is going to go to the box. So Serge Savard is going to head off, or excuse me, Tim Gleason will head off as Serge Savard will move it on Cam Ward, who needs to make a 3 or a 4 with a dot to make the stop. He does so. Good back-to-back 2 penalty kill saves by Cam Ward, and to keep his team in this one with time ticking down here in game 1. We still got a lot of time left as we move on to the next segment. We got a quality check, and this time between players 4 and 1. That's McBain and Maury Wilson. We're looking for skill. Both guys have skill, and we move on to the next segment in this game. Excuse me, in this game here. And it's going to be a penalty check between players 4 and anybody on the ice for the Habs. Now, this is going to be interesting. The Habs can either tie to end the game, or Carolina can go on the power play. You know what? I think Carolina's going to go on the power play. So Doug Jarvis, oh no, excuse me. Oh no, he can't. Sorry, you have to tie because the only guys out there on the ice that have, majority of them have 0.5 penalty ratings with Shutt, Lapointe, and Robinson. The others, Cournoyer and Jarvis, both have 0. So if you're Carolina, you're kind of stuck into a tie. So we're going to tie with Guy Lapointe right across from him. Both guys have the same penalty rating, and with that, the game is over. Stop the clock. Oh man, Carolina was so close to going on the power play, but the board showed 0.5 for Shutt, Lapointe, and Robinson, and zeros for Yvonne Cournoyer and Doug Jarvis, leaving the Carolina Hurricanes to tie with no penalty called, allowing the Canadiens to escape with a 3-1 victory in Game 1 over the Carolina Hurricanes with 46 minutes and 11 seconds left to be played in this time frame. We still got a lot of games left to play in this time frame, so stay tuned for Game 2 coming up right after we showcase the the Bitty Beer Game 1 game summary. As always, every game summary after every game played is presented by Bitty Beer. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please drink responsibly. It has big taste at a bitty price. As always, it is Bitty Beer. And welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for yet another game in this time frame as the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens currently lead this time frame, winning 1-0. And of course, it's not looking good for Team NHL as they are forced to start Justin Peters against Michel Larocque for the Montreal Canadiens. With that being said, with 46 minutes and 11 seconds left on the clock, let's see if the Carolina Hurricanes can get on the board here to even up this time frame at a game apiece. Let's do so. Will the clock operator please start the clock? Oh, and it's an injury right off the bat to the visiting team. We're going to roll the red die. We're going to re-roll this red die, so the segment's going to end. And we're going to determine who would be injured. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I will be playing this as normal injuries in real life hockey. So in this case, the Carolina Hurricanes will lose a player for the rest of this game. It'll be player number 3. That's Brandon Suter, as he is going to head off. And the Carolina Hurricanes are down to 12 players as we get set for the next segment. We got a quality check between anybody on the ice for the Habs and anybody and Chad LaRose. We are looking for smart. Pick your poison between Savard, Jarvis, Cournoyer, and Shutt. I think we're going to go with Cournoyer, as both guys have smart, and we move on to the next segment of this time frame here at the Forum in Montreal. Penalty check between Lafleur and McBain. It looks like Guy Lafleur is going to go to the box as Jamie McBain will get the Carolina Hurricanes an opportunity on the power play as he moves in on Michel Larocque, hopefully to make the play save. 4 or a 5 with a dot will do so. Oh, and he can, and the Carolina Hurricanes get on the board early. Jamie McBain off of a power play goal. And let's see who scored the assists on that play. 2 assists. Eric Stahl and Jeff Skinner will help the defenseman, Jamie McBain, score the power play goal to give the Canes an early 1-0 lead here in this one. And we stay put in this segment with a visitor scoring chance of a 55. Home player in 5, that's Bill Nyrop, stops a Carolina Hurricanes goal chance with a quality roll of smart or a square. Bill Nyrop does not have smart, but he does have a square, so he is going to be keeping this game right where it's at 1-0 in favor of the Carolina Hurricanes. Penalty check between, it was so close to a 3-6-6, giving the Habs a automatic power play goal, but instead it's a penalty check between anybody on the ice for the Habs and player number 3, that's Tumo Ruutu, as he has a 0.5. So the Habs can have a decision here. They could tie or go on the power play, or they could let the Carolina Hurricanes go on the power play. You know what? Team NHL is really needing of some games here. They're going to go on the power. They're going to try to go for it and go on the power play. So Rick Chartraw will head off to the box, and Tumo Ruutu is going to move in on Michel Larocque, hopefully to make a play save here. 4 or a 5 with a dot will do so. He will. Tumo Ruutu is stopped by Michel Larocque, and this game stays 1-0 after 20 minutes of play here at the Forum in Montreal. Team NHL needs to get on the board here to tie this time frame up right here, right now. Let's head to the second period with a home scoring chance of a 42. Not good. Any home player with a triangle creates a goal. Yes. Yes. Steve Shutt or Guy Lafleur will do the honors. Dot, it's going to be Shutt. And it will be Steve Shutt as he moves in on Justin Peters, who needs to make a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the stop. He does so. Wow, to keep this game right where it's at. Justin Peters saves the 1-0 lead saves the game from being tied as we move on to the next segment. Oh, and it's a tie game, automatic power play goal for the Habs. Let's see who scored that goal. 6. Player with the best shot rating, of course, it's Guy Lafleur. And we move, and let's see how many assists. 1 assist. With the dot, we're going to give that one to Serge Savard. So Guy Lafleur from Serge Savard will end up being the game tie-in power play goal for the Habs. We got a visitor scoring chance. Hopefully the Hurricanes can take the lead with a 25. Home goalie must make spec save. Oh, can they do so? 1, 2, or 3 should do it. And of course, Michel Larocque will issue a spec save, and he stood on his head for that one. And the game is tied as we move into the 15th minute of the second period. We got a quality check, this time between players 4 and 2. That's Van Boxmeer and Yuri Lusty for skill. It looks like Yuri Lusty has skill as he moves in on Michel Larocque, hopefully to make the play save. A 4 or a 5 with a dot will do so. And of course, they will do so to keep this game knotted up at 1 apiece. Team NHL is in dire straits here, trying to get on the board to stop this winning streak by the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens. Quality check, this time between players 1 and 2, between Gainey and Stewart for power. The only quality that Stewart has is power, and he has it. So does Bob Gainey. Wow, what a clutch. What a clutch, and I do mean clutch. I do mean it. What a clutch pick of a quality check to get the quality win on, or excuse me, to tie the quality check. My oh my, what a pick. As we move on to the final period of the game with a quality check between anybody on the ice for the Habs and UC Jokinen for hits. They could tie or go for it. The only guys out there with hit is Tremblay and Nyrop. Dot, they go for it. And they'll tie. So they'll go with right across from him, Maury Wilson, with nothing doing. With nothing doing there, and we move on to the next segment. Oh, and it's a penalty check between Nyrop and Punikarovsky, 0.5 tie. And that's going to do it for that segment. So no penalty is called. The ref is telling both players, if I catch you guys doing it again, you're going to the box. Penalty check between Jarvis and Allen. Oh, Brian Allen's going to go to the box one way or the other, as Doug Jarvis will move in on Justin Peters, hoping to make the save. 2 or 3 with a dot should do so. And Peters makes the stop. Wow, to keep this game right where it's at of 1 apiece. What a key penalty kill save for the Carolina Hurricanes to keep this knotted up at 1 apiece. We go to the 20th minute of the third period with a 4-6-5. So that is a quality check between anybody on the ice for the Habs and player number 5. That's Tim Gleason. We're looking for hits. They could tie or go for it. We'll roll this red die to determine what we will do. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. It's a 2. They tie, and we are going to overtime. Now, in overtime, we're playing out just as you would see in playoff hockey. We'll play out the same 4 5-minute segments as we get set for, and whoever scores first will end it. And right away, we're going to begin with a 4-5-1 with a quality check between players 5 and 1. That's Chartraw and Jeff Skinner for star. Jeff Skinner has starred. This is the Carolina Hurricanes' chance to win it in overtime in the first overtime period as Skinner moves in on Larocque, who shoots. And Larocque makes the save. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Oh my goodness, what a save that was by Michel Larocque. We move now to the next segment of the first overtime period with a quality check between players 2 and anybody on the ice with all the qualities. It's close, but we're going to give it to Eric Stahl. We're looking for speed. Both guys have speed between Cournoyer and Eric Stahl. As we see here for the next segment. Penalty check, oh my goodness, between Savard and UC Jokinen. Both guys have the same penalty rating, and we move on to the next segment in this one, in this first overtime period. One of these two teams is going to have to pull out a huge a rabbit out of their hat with a quality check between 4 and 5. That's Van Boxmeer and McBain for skill. McBain has skill. He scored earlier. Can he win it for the Hurricanes? He moves in on Michel Larocque, who needs to make a 4 or a 5 with a dot to make the stop. 5 with a dot will do so, and we head to the second overtime period, still tied at 1 apiece. One of these two teams is going to have to win game 2 of this time frame. So far, this is the game of the project right here as we go to the second overtime period with a visitor scoring chance of a 33. Choice visitor player rolls for rebound goal using shot stars +2. You know I'm going to give that to Chad LaRose because he had... Wait a second. Yes, I'm going to give that to Chad LaRose for a better opportunity here as he moves in on Michel Larocque. A 1, 2, 3, or 4 will do it. A 5 or a 6 won't. We'll keep this game going. And the Carolina Hurricanes win. Oops. And the Carolina Hurricanes stop the clock. Will win it in the 5th minute segment of in the second overtime. The first segment of the second overtime period. Wow. Chad LaRose will win it for the Carolina Hurricanes to tie up this time frame at 1 apiece. What a game. Oh my, oh my. Let's see who assisted on the game-winning goal from Chad LaRose. 2 assists. I think we'll go with Gleason, and I do want to keep that triangle out there for Ruutu. So we'll go with Gleason. Actually, no, we'll go with Falk and Alexei Panikarovsky, who assisted Chad LaRose on the game-winning goal as the Carolina Hurricanes win Game 2 of this time frame by a final score of, and shock the fine folks here at the Forum in Montreal by a score of 2-1. Oh my goodness. My, oh my, oh my. So with that being said, stay tuned for Game 3 coming up next. But for now, here is the Bitty Beer Game 2 game summary. As always, is presented by Bitty Beer. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a bitty price. As usual, it's Bitty Beer. And welcome back, everybody, to this another game in this time frame as we get set for Game 3 between the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 2011-2012 Carolina Hurricanes. Both teams are tied at 1 game apiece in this time frame. This could be Team NHL's chance to take an early lead here with 32 minutes and 35 seconds left to go on the time frame clock. And the starting goaltenders are going to be the same as they were laid out in Game 2. Peters and Michel Larocque will indeed go at it right here, right now, in Game 3. Your adjustments have been set, and if you're ready, the Canes are ready, the Habs are ready. Will the clock operator please start the clock? Oh, and we got a triple ones right off the bat. It's going to be injury to a home player, and these Carolina Hurricanes cannot go for naught here away from these injuries. So again, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. 6 will be the goaltender is going to be injured. It'll be 1. No, that's Jeff Skinner who's going to be injured. So the Carolina Hurricanes, just like last game, down a guy, down to 12 players here in this one. And that's going to do it for this first opening period. As nothing happens, as Jeff Skinner gets injured. Oh, and it's a wow. I have no words. It's a automatic power play goal for the Carolina Hurricanes. And let's figure out who scored that goal. Going from an injury to power play to scoring a automatic power play goal. Unbelievable. 6. Player with the best shot rating. Right now that is between Yuri Lusti and Tumo Ruutu. I think I'm gonna give that one to Tumo Ruutu. Try saying that name 3 times fast. Jeez. So the goal scoring will go to Tumo Ruutu, and it will be 1 assist. How about we give it to Joni Pekkanen on the helper of the Ruutu goal. So the Hurricanes are up early at home, 1-0 here in Game 3. Oops. Sorry, folks. So no time. There we go. We're still in the 10th minute. I forgot. I accidentally clicked the wrong button. So we go now to a 5. So we have a new set of dice, a new set of die roll. We're still in the 10th minute. And this time we're getting a quality check, this time between players 5 and 3. That is Jay Harrison and Pete Mahovlich looking for speed. Neither player has speed, so we move on. Officially, now we move on to the 15th minute. I got a little bit carried away. I'm excited after that. Unbelievable die roll. Now we're in the 15th minute as we get set for a quality check between anybody on the Canes against player 1 for hits. Either way, you're going to tie with Eric Stahl. Neither player has hit. Excuse me. As that's going to end the segment here, and we move on to the next one. Penalty check between Lusty and Savard. Both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5. And that's going to do it for the first period as the Carolina Hurricanes take a 1-0 quick lead off of a automatic power play goal by Tumo Ruutu, assisting on that by Joni Pekkanen as we move on to the second period here at the PNC Arena in Raleigh. Quality check, this time between players 4 and 5. That's Justin Falk and Bill Nyrock. We're looking for speed. Both guys have speed, and that's going to seal up the deal for that segment here. Nothing comes across, and we move on to the next segment. We got a quality check, this time between Tim Brent and Guy Lafleur. We're looking for power. Oh, lucky. Nobody has power. And we move on to the next segment here. So far, the dice are really behaving for the Hurricanes in Game 3. This could be Team NHL's chance to hopefully stop the winning skid, stop the winning time frame aim streak here as we go to a visitor scoring chance with a 21. Home goalie must make shot save. Justin Peters has a 4 shot save star. Is credited to him. So 1, 2, 3, or 4 will make the stop. And it will. Wow, what a play, what a play. And we move on to the next segment. We got a visitor scoring chance of a 63. And it reads, any home player with a circle prevents a power play goal. Otherwise, it will be a goal. Oh, no. Oh, no. Nobody active on the Carolina Hurricanes has a circle printed on their card. So it's going to be a power play goal for the Montreal Canadiens, and they tie this game up at 1 apiece. Let's see who scored the goal. 12. We're going to re-roll 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. 6 is a re-roll. 5. That's Rick Chartraw who will score the goal, and the assists is 2. We're going to give the first assist to Tremblay and the second assist to John Van Boxmeer. So from Van Boxmeer to Tremblay to Chartraw will score the goal for Rick Chartraw. And the Habs tie the game at 1 apiece, and we move on to the next portion in this segment. Home scoring chance. This could be it. Home player in 54. Visitor defense player in 5, that's Bill Nyrop, stops the goal with a quality roll of skill or a square. Unfortunately for the Hurricanes, the game will remain tied heading into the second intermission, as Bill Nyrop does have skill and a square printed on his card. And we move on to the second period as we get set, the third period, I should say. And let's get to it. With a quality check of 3 between players 3 and 1, that's Rutu and Bob Gainey. We're looking for star. Oh, and Bob Gainey does have star. This is Peters' chance. 3 or a 4 with a dot will save it. It will. 4 with a dot does save it, as Bob Gainey shoots it towards Peters, and he stops that one. And we move on to the next segment. Home scoring chance of a 44. This could be it. Any home player with a circle star symbol creates a power play goal. We have 2, McBain and Eric Stahl. We're going to give that opportunity to Eric Stahl as he moves in on Michel Larocque, hopefully to score a power play goal here, as Stahl shoots. And Larocque makes the save to keep this game tied at 1 apiece. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Woo! So we move on to the 15th minute of the third period. With a quality check between players 3 and 1, that's Brent and Wilson for speed. Both guys have speed, and we move on to the final segment of regulation, unless a goal is scored, and we go either to the empty net mini chart, or to overtime. Home scoring chance, this could be it. 34, home player in 2, that is Anthony Stewart. He creates a goal with a quality roll of star or a triangle. Unfortunately, Stewart does not have either a star or a triangle. That is going to be it, and we're going to overtime for the second game in a row. And it's going to be played out the same way as we did in regulation, 4 segments of 5 minutes, and we get to it right now. We're going to begin with a quality check in the first overtime period between players 5 and 4 for hit. That's Van Boxmeer and Nobody on either side has hit, and we move on to the next segment in this first overtime period. Home scoring chance 15. Visitor goalie must make shot save. Michel Larocque needs to make a 1 or 2 to stop it. And he can't. The Carolina Hurricanes will win here in this one. Stop the clock. The Carolina Hurricanes win Game 3 by the same score they did in Game 2. Oh, wow. What a game. By a final score of 2-1, the Carolina Hurricanes put Team NHL in front, hoping to take over and win their first time frame matchup in this project. Oh my, oh my, oh my. What a game that was. Woo! And they had to lose Jeff Skinner in the even though Carolina had to lose just Jeff Skinner in the process. We're going to have to see how the coach will play out the rest of this time frame. The Carolina coach cannot afford to make any mistakes here. But my goodness, holy. So once again, stay tuned for Game 4 coming up next. But for now, here comes the Game 3 Bitty Beer Game Summary presented by Bitty Beer. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please drink responsibly. Big taste, big taste, bitty price, Bitty Beer. And welcome back to the time frame matchup here between the 2011-2012 Carolina Hurricanes and the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens. A little bit of quick notes here, as I forgot to denote who scored the game-winning goal, as you guys saw it in the Bitty Beer game summary for Game 3. The game-winning goal from Carolina went to Chad LaRose, and the assist went to UC Jokinen, and Joni Pekkanen on the game-winning goal in the first overtime period. With that being said, your the next game in this segment is Game 4, as we got a matchup between Peters and Ken Dryden. And Peters so far has been the goalie for the Carolina Hurricanes, to absolutely will be deserving and earning one of the time frame's 3 stars of the time frame. With that in mind, with 21 minutes and 54 seconds left, let's see how Game 4 plays out, shall we? Will the clock operator please start the clock? We're going to begin Game 4 with a quality check between players 1 and 4. That's Shutt and Falk for hit. It looks like Falk, 1 and 4. Yes, it looks like Falk does have hit. So Falk is going to be moving in on Ken Dryden, who needs to make a 4 or a 5 with a dot to make the stop. He does. To keep this game right where it's at a score of 0-0 after 1 segment of play. Penalty check between player 4 and 1. That's Savard and Ponikarovsky. Serge Savard will indeed get the both players will tie in the penalty department, as the referee says play on. But if I catch you guys doing anything stupid or do anything childish, You're going to the penalty box. Quality check, this time between players 1 and 3. That's Gainey and Rutu for Smart. Both guys have Smart, and my goodness, the coach of the Carolina Hurricanes is on his game. They're trying to match power for power. Oh, excuse me, that's 3, not 2, 3. And we move to the next time frame, or excuse me, next segment in the time frame of this first period, with a quality check between anybody on the ice for the Habs and player 5. That's Jay Harrison. We're looking for hits. To tie, I think they're going to go with, it's close, but we're going to go with Chartraw. Both guys have hit, and we will end the first period right there. As the first period comes to a close, the score remains knotted up at 0s apiece. As we head to the second period with a quality check between players 1 and 4, that's Wilson and Buchanan for Smart. Both guys have Smart, and we move on to the next segment in this one. Home scoring chance of a 23. It reads, visitor goalie must make spec save. Oh my goodness. I think the Habs may get on the board here, might get on the board here with a, because Peters has a 1 or a 2 with a dot to hopefully make the, oh, wait a second. 23, yes, spec save. So Peters needs to make a 1 or a 2 with a dot to make the save. He can't, and the Habs get on the board early. It's 1-0. Let's see who scored the goal. 10, second best shot rating. So the best right now is Shutt at 3 stars. The second best is Cournoyer and Riesborough. I think we're going to give the goal to Yvonne Cournoyer. And how many assists are we going to give out? 1. How about we give it to Riesborough? So Cournoyer from Riesborough is your ice-breaking goal for the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens. We go now to a quality check to stay within this 10th minute of this segment of the second period. We have a quality check between Van Boxmeer and Jamie McBain, as we're looking for speed. Both guys have speed, and we move on to the next segment in this one. We got a quality check between both players in one. That's Jussi Jokinen and Steve Shutt for star. Shutt has star, so he's going to move in on Justin Peters, who needs a 3 or 4 with a dot to make the stop. He does. As Peters makes the save, and we move on to the next segment. And the coach decided to have Jeff Skinner, even though he was injured in last game, Skinner said he was good to go for game 4. So let's continue on in the next segment here with a huge segment coming up. Quality check between anybody on the ice for the Habs and player number 5. That's Jay Harrison. We're looking for speed. Pick your poison between Gainey, Lafleur, Jarvis, or Nyrop. I think we're going to go with Guy Lafleur. Guy Lafleur has speed as he moves in on Peters, who shoots. And Peters makes the save. Wow. Peters is standing on his head. No question about it. We move on to the third period with the Habs in front, 1-0. We got a quality check, this time between anybody on the ice for the Habs and player 2. That's Yuri Lusty for Smart. pick your poison to tie or to take the lead or try to get a goal advantage. They tie, and they won't. So they're going to go across the board to Mario Tremblay as Yuri Lusty has Smart as he moves in on Ken Dryden, who needs to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to save it as Lusty moves in on Dryden, who shoots and save made by Ken Dryden. The Carolina Hurricanes coach really knows what's best as we move on to the next segment here in this one. We got a quality check between Nyrop and anybody on the ice with speed, skill, hit, and power. How about it's close? We're looking for skill. Pick your poison between Skinner, Stahl, and McBain. I think we're going to go with McBain. Both guys have skill, and we move on to the next segment in this one here. It looks like Montreal Canadiens may end up tying this time frame once again. But let's see how the Carolina Hurricanes respond. Home scoring chance of a 53. Visitor defense player in 4, that's Justin Falk. He stops the goal with a quality roll of star or a square. He does not have star, but he does have a square. So he's going to stop the Montreal goal to keep the score right where it's at of 1-0. And we move on to the next segment. Quality check between Cournoyer and Joni Pekkanen for power. Both guys have power, and we go to the empty net mini chart for the first time in this time frame. This is the Carolina Hurricanes' chance to hopefully tie things up to head to the 3rd straight overtime game. 4. The game is over. Stop the clock. Montreal wins to tie the time frame up to send this to a 5th game in this time frame by winning it in a shutout fashion from Ken Dryden by a score of 1-0. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Whew. So once again, stay tuned for the Bitty Beer game summary presented by Bitty Beer, your favorite Bitty Beer products. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste, bitty price. It's Bitty Beer. Welcome back, everybody, as we get set for hopefully what could be the final game of this time frame. The Carolina Hurricanes and the Montreal Canadiens are tied up at 2 games apiece, and possibly the winner of this one, of this game 5, will possibly and will win the time frame for today. With 13 minutes and 25 seconds left on the clock, let's get right into it. Will the clock operator please start the clock? We're going to start off with a home scoring chance of a 36. It reads, home player in 4 creates a goal with a quality roll of speed or a triangle. Eric Stahl does have speed, and he does have a triangle, so he's going to move in on Ken Dryden, who shoots and scores. Eric Stahl with a quick opening goal to give the Carolina Hurricanes a 1-0 lead. Let's see how many assists are we giving out on the goal here. 2. It looks like it will be. I do want to keep one triangle out there. So Pekkanen, and we'll go with Anthony Stewart. So Stahl from Pekkanen and Stewart. will seal up the ice-breaking goal early in this one, as the Carolina Hurricanes jump out to an early 1-0 lead in this one to hopefully break the Montreal Canadiens time frame win streak. Quality check between players 5 and 1. That's Harrison and Gainey. We're looking for Smart. Bob Gainey does have Smart as he moves in on Justin Peters, who needs a 3 or 4 with a dot to stop the Gainey shot. And he can't. It's tied up at 1 apiece, as Bob Gainey will score the goal. Either way, this game is tied early, and Montreal is saying, not so fast. You got to beat us first. We have 2 assists to hand out. Guy Lafleur and Serge Savard will be your assist takers for the Bob Gainey game-tying goal to open up this Game 5 really, 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 really quick. And we move on to the next portion in this segment. Oh my goodness, a home scoring chance. 14, visitor goalie must make play save. Michel Larocque is the starting goaltender for the Montreal Canadiens in Game 5. Let's see if he can stop the Carolina Hurricanes goal chance here. A 1, 2, 3, 4, or excuse me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or excuse me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 with a dot will do it. A 6 blank won't do it. Oh my goodness. Carolina takes a 2-1 lead. Let's see who scored the goal. 12. Roll a die. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. 6 is a reroll. That's going to be Jamie McBain scoring the goal. 2 assists. It's going to go to Skinner and I think we'll go with Skinner and Falk. So McBain from Falk, from Skinner and Falk on that go-ahead goal by the Carolina Hurricanes. And let's see, we move on here. So we had 3 so far. We need 3 more goals until we automatically end this segment, as we have a 6 goal cap per segment played in any game we play. Penalty check between players 1 and 5. That's Ponikarovsky and Chartraw. It looks like Chartraw is going to go to the box. So Ponikarovsky will move in on Michel Larocque. A 5 or a 6. A 5 or a 6 with a dot will seal it. Oh, yes, it will. Michel Larocque does make the save. And this first segment of the first period comes to a close. A key penalty save. In that segment alone, 3 goals have been scored. We move on to the next segment. We got a quality check between LaRose and Jarvis for Smart. Both guys have Smart, and we move on to the next segment in this one. Penalty check between Jussi Jokinen and that's Tremblay. So Tremblay is going to go to the box as Jussi Jokinen will move in on Michel Larocque, who needs to make a 5 or a 6 with a dot to secure the save. He will do so to keep this game right where it's at, of 2-1, and still in favor of the 2011-2012 Carolina Hurricanes. Reset the stage, folks, if you're just tuning in. The Carolina Hurricanes and the Habs currently lead this time frame 2-1. If the Hurricanes win, the time frame winning streak of the Habs is over. We got a quality check between both players in 1. That's Wilson and Skinner for speed. Oh, Maury Wilson has speed. Come on, Peters. You need to keep this game right where it's at for your team. A 3 or a 4 with a dot will do so. Tie game. Maury Wilson scores the game-tying goal. And how many assists are we giving out on the play? 2. Mahavlich and Kronoyer will be the assist takers on the Bob Gainey goal. So the game is tied up at 2. And this is really, really right now, really a must dig down deep situation here for the Carolina Hurricanes, tied up at 2 here in the last stage of the first period. Quality check between anybody on the ice for, Skinner needs to rotate because he was used in a quality check. Quality check between anybody on the ice for the Hurricanes and anybody on the ice, and player 4, that's Van Boxmeer for power. We can go right across from him. Yoni Pekanen has power, as both guys have power, and we will seal up the first period, an eventful first period here in Game 5, as your score is dead even, locked up at 2 apiece as we move to the second period with a quality check, this time between players 1 and 3. That's Alexei Panikarovsky and Doug Riesborough for power. Both guys have power, and we move on to the next segment here in this one. Visitor scoring chance of a 64. Oh, right here. Visitor defense stop. Breakaway chance. Home goalie must make play save. Okay, Peters is in crunch time, in a crunch time breakaway opportunity mode. You need to stop this to give your team a chance. A 3 or 4 with a dot will do it. And it will. What a save by Justin Peters. Wow. So nobody will flip, and we move on to the next segment. We got a quality check between both players in 4. That's Savard and Justin Falk for skill. Savard has skill, so moving in on Peters is Savard, hopefully to make a huge stop here for Peters. Can he do it again? A 3 or 4 with a dot will do so. And it will. Wow. To keep this game tied, Justin Peters is standing on his head. We move on to the next portion of this time frame in the next segment. Home scoring chance of a 23. It reads, visitor goalie must make spec save. Michel Larocque needs to make a 1, 2, or 3 to save it. Otherwise, 4, 5, or 6, it's going to be a goal. And Michel Larocque makes the save, and we go to the third period, all dead even up at 2 apiece. Visitor scoring chance of a 21. Home goalie must make shot save. Peters needs to make a 1, 2, 3, or 4 to stop it. A 5 or a 6 won't do it. Peters, you, sir, are amazing. Justin Peters saves it to keep this game right where it's at, and we move on to the next segment. A 3-6-2. That's a penalty check between anybody on the ice for the Hurricanes and anybody on the ice, and player 2. Well, at this rate, you can either tie or, because right now, the Fleur holds a 0.5 rating. A 0.5 penalty rating. They can either tie or go on the power play. We tie. And we will tie, so we'll go right across from with Yuri Lusty, as both guys have the same penalty rating. The referee says to both guys, if you do any roughhousing like that, again, in front of my face, you're going to the box. No messing around are these refs in a crucial Game 5 to end this time frame. Quality check between player 1, that's Jussi Jokinen, and anybody on the ice with speed, skill, and smart. It's close. We're looking for smart. We're going to tie. We're going to go with Steve Shutt. Both guys have smart to keep this game right where it's at, to put things into orbit, hopefully to send it to overtime for the third time in this time frame. Let's see if they can do it. Visitor scoring chance. Oh no, Peters needs to stop this. A 45. Any visitor player with a power play circle creates a goal. Creates a power play goal. And guess what? Nobody active for the Montreal Canadiens that's out there does not have a power play circle. So we are going to sudden death overtime. And of course, same rules as before. We'll play out the same way as we did in regulation. Using the 5, 10, 15, and 20-minute periods, 20-minute segments, played out as normally in overtime, and the first team to score a goal wins. Simple as that. So the game is deadlocked at 2, and here we go. Visitor scoring chance with a 25. Home goalie must make spec save. Oh no. Oh no. Justin Peters needs to make a huge stop here. A 1 or a 2 with a dot will do it. And it will! Justin Peters! The fans are going nuts here at the PNC Arena in Raleigh. We move on. Quality check between Brent and Mario Tremblay for speed. Both guys have speed. Wow, listen to this crowd. They're chanting Peters. And Peters. Oh my goodness, what a game Justin Peters is having. We move on. It's a penalty check between players 4, that's Yoni Pekanen, and anybody out on the ice. Well, at this rate, you got a tie. So you're going to have to get Bob Gaining off the ice. So why not we do so? Both guys have the same penalty rating, and we move on to the next segment. Wow. Peters is standing. I'm still reeling from that save by Justin Peters. We go on to a quality check between Stewart and Wilson for Smart. Unfortunately, Stewart does not have Smart, so Maury Wilson will move on in to Justin Peters as he needs to make a 3 or 4 with a dot. Can he do so? He does! Justin Peters keeps the Hurricanes in this game. Oh my goodness, and we head to double overtime. We are not done yet, folks. Visitor scoring chance, 55. Home player in 5, that's Harrison, stops a goal with a quality roll of star or a square. No. Oh, man. And that's how the Habs win this game? Are you kidding me? There's no way, man. Oh, man. Harrison does not have star. The Montreal Canadiens squeeze out a game-winning time frame winner, stop the clock to advance their time frame record to 4-0-1. Oh man, what a heartbreaking loss for the Carolina Hurricanes in double overtime as the Montreal Canadiens win this time frame by a final time frame series score of 3-2. Oh man, let's see who scored the goal. Player with the best shot rating. That is Steve Schott. And the assist is 2. We'll go Knoyer and Jarvis. Oh man, what a heartbreaker. What a heartbreaking loss in double overtime as the Montreal Canadiens extend their streak to open up this time frame by winning 4 time frame series, and tying only once. The Montreal Canadiens are 4-0-1 to begin this project. Oh man, how close was the Carolina Hurricanes to winning this time frame for Team NHL? Oh man, what a stunning, heartbreaking loss for the Carolina Hurricanes. But unfortunately, it is what it is. So, with that being said, stay tuned for the Game 5 Biddy Beer game summary presented by Biddy Beer. As always, if you choose to drink Biddy Beer, please drink responsibly. It has big taste at a biddy price. As always, it's Biddy Beer. And also stay tuned for the next Wheel of Fate spin coming up right after the time frame summary presented by Doc Cola, the official cola drink of the PLAAY Games community and of the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge. Once again, the final score, the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens squeeze out a 3-2 comeback from a 2-1 deficit to tie it at 2 and win it in double overtime by a final score of 3-2 and take this time frame 3-2. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's time frame matchup between the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 2011-2012 Carolina Hurricanes. We look forward to bringing you future time frame matchups throughout the 2024-2025 National Hockey League's regular season whenever games are being played. Once again, thank you for tuning in to today's action featuring the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 2011-2012 Carolina Hurricanes. With that being said, once again, it is time to select the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens' next opponent in this Gauntlet Challenge. So without further ado, please direct your attention to the Biddy Beer Team Selector Wheel presented by your favorite Biddy Beer products. If you choose to drink Biddy Beer, please drink responsibly. Big taste, Biddy price, Biddy Beer. Ooh, and it looks like the 2020-2021 Washington Capitals are up next to play the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens. But between the Caps and the Habs, who's going to be the home team? Please direct your attention to the Dot Cola Home Team Decider Wheel presented by Dot Cola, the official cola drink of the PLAAY Games community, and of course, of the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge project. Ooh, Obi and the gang is going to have a tough task ahead of them as the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens will begin the time frame as the home team. And with that being said, thank you so much. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in to today's action between the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 2011-2012 Carolina Hurricanes. We look forward for you to tune in to our next matchup featuring the 2020-2021 Washington Capitals. Be sure to leave a like on this video. Also, leave a comment if you wish. But please, no derogatory responses, please. And of course, as always, if you have not done so already, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notifications bell so that way you will be notified of future time frames and future content that I post here on my channel. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.